Hey everybody, welcome to LaMeel Magic. I am LaMeel the priestess, and I am really excited to bring you my tarot oracle card reading for this week. If you have questions, please feel free to leave comments down below. You can send me DMs on Instagram. I'm much more active there. I welcome you to join our community, and let's get started. Okay, guys, I don't know what happened. So this is a new view. I'm not actually at my table, so please forgive some of the instability here. It's just sort of a mock version of my table. But we will be at the table next week. I needed to sit low today. So um, a lot of cards came up for this week. This week's reading is for January 19th through the 25th of January. So I wanted to start with the angel card, right? And this is about spiritual understanding. So a lot of us are on that spiritual path, and this says that I'm bringing you esoteric information and symbols to help you understand spiritual truths. So this week is all going to be about is a lot of you're going to be receiving a lot of number synchronicities, people saying things you've been thinking about, like you're going to be guided. This is going to be a nice spiritual journey this week. Okay, so I love my what is the name of this deck actually? It's my Rebel deck, right? So I'm incorporating the Rebel deck into the readings now. And so there was two. It says, don't believe every shitty thought you have. Don't believe every shitty thought you have. Okay? Thoughts can be sneaky, lying bastards. So I love this. I'm going to read the other one first. And it says, put the fucking phone down. Like, too much screen time is making you awkward and sad. Go talk to a live person. These things are crucial. And I don't know if you guys are a part of my Ignite Your Intuition series or Manifesting Miracle series, but if that just started this week as well, you should check it out because these cards are saying this is a week about spirituality, right? You're going to be getting a lot of messages spiritually. So when you are going through a spiritual awakening and a leveling up, right? A lot of the thoughts that we've been having, that's the ego. Okay? That's the ego. So that's when the rebel card is telling you don't believe every thought that you have, right? Thoughts are lying, sneaky little bastards. Don't believe them. Get out of your head and focus on the spiritual messages, right? And part of that, and the very first lesson in igniting your intuition is to put your phone down for an hour a day. That allows you to connect to source. And that's really what you need to be doing because that's the first card here in the reading. So let's get into some things that might be happening to us. So the main thing I'm doing, these cards here are my fairy cards. You guys know these are my favorite cards. They were not my first deck by any stretch of the imagination, but I've come to love these. And I don't really feel like, so sometimes I do these like this is day one, this is part two of the week, this is midweek. That's not how these cards came out today. Okay. So let's look at what we have. We have three of autumn, three of spring, and two of winter. We have three major cards in this deck. Um, so I want to go with the will. Okay, so this card, the 10, right? The will. The delays are over. Okay, the sudden and unexpected good luck, the car, the travel. You know, if some of you are following me and are manifesting miracles, and perhaps a car or a trip is something that you're manifesting, it's coming, it's on its way, and it may even show itself in its fullness and completion this week. Okay, so you've got the world. You also have 5, unity. Do the right thing for the right reason. Okay, compare traditional approaches towards traditional approaches towards the new age type of things and that you do. You want to join a spiritually minded community, right? So it's a time to connect. And joining a spiritual community leads right back to our angel card saying that they're sending you esoteric messages to help awaken you. And regardless of what's going on, you also have number 11, which is the strength card, which means that don't be deterred by some temporary delays. You actually have the inner strength that you need. Um, the power of forgiveness is what you need to get through this week. So this tells me already, this combo right here says this is a powerful week, right? It's a powerful spiritually based week. It is definitely a powerful spiritually based week. And I will take a picture of the cards, and they will be on Instagram for you at LaMeel Magic if you want to review the cards per se. So the Three of Autumn says to follow your passion when it comes to your career. Be the best that you can do, and you're being compensated for it. So for those of you who go to a job, right, this is saying that you need to be the best. You need to put forth that effort. You need to do whatever needs to be done in regards to your career. So Three of Springs is telling us plan your next steps with an eye on the long term. Have patience. There are more good things to come. So there's more good to come. So that would mean that there's some good going on right now is really how I perceive that. There's good going on. There's more to come. And you're feeling really satisfied about your job, which makes sense because this just said, follow your passion when it comes to your career and be the best. And being compensated. You're going to be compensated for your work. So you're going to get some compensation for your work. You should be satisfied with the job that you've done thus far, and more good things are coming as it pertains to whatever your job is. And I'm actually getting the message right now that perhaps you all are thinking about going into some spiritually based work. And if you are, that's a good thing to do. And you'll know, right, through the messages that you receive from the angels, and there's no more delays, right? So this is do the right thing. So new approaches and a spiritually minded community. So I really feel like if you're having a thought about doing something spiritually based, now's the time to do that. But whatever you've been doing, you're going to get recognized for. You're going to be compensated for. You've done a really, really good job. Now, if you notice, these cards are over here, right? And our spiritual cards and the delays and that type of thing, our stronger cards are to the right. What is separating them is this Two of Winter. And the Two of Winter says that indecision is holding you back. So you might have done really, really well at your job, right? And you're being compensated. More good things are coming for you, right? But you're indecisive about something this week that you need to make a decision on. And I'm really picking up that it is about your spiritual development. So whether the spiritual development that's happening is in your career or not, doesn't matter. You need to connect spiritually. Even our rebel cards are telling you need to go in the direction of your spirituality. So we also have Gaia, which is the earth connection. Be mindful of the planet. Come back to earth and stay grounded, right? And grounding is spiritually based, right? That's our foundation. So we also have hope. So love is yours. Recognize your worth and choose loving thoughts. So this is has a lot of light and love and elevation. And again, This is all spiritual. This is a lot of spiritual work. And so in the first half of this, I'm going to say that this week, your focus needs to be on your spirituality. Whatever it is that you are trying to figure out, okay, make a decision and move forward. And if that decision is regarding anything spiritually based, anything that resonates with you, um, more spiritually than something else, that's the thing that you want to go to. Your career, your work, your job, you're being compensated. You are definitely being compensated. No, no question about it. You've done a good job, and there's more to come in that arena. So your indecision isn't really about work, but it is about stepping into a new arena, which is spiritually based, and you need to go there. You need to ground yourself. You need to listen for the messages. You need to know that you are strong enough. You have enough, grace and inner strength to go on this journey of expansion and enlightenment. So let's see what our Monday tarot, our Mystic Monday Tarot has for us. Let's see. Our very first card here is the Emperor. So this is about maintaining your self-discipline, maintaining control of your emotions. Okay, the Emperor is a strategic thinker. So you want to embrace your inner warrior. Don't be afraid to step into the role of leadership. Now, I'm going to also say that this is pulling me towards leadership on some spiritual level, right? Maybe it's in your church. Like, I don't know. I honestly don't know if people that go to church even watch tarot readings. But what it's saying to you is that you need to have control of your emotions, okay? And you need to step up and be the leader, right? Carry out your plans systematically and in a controlled manner. So whatever it is that you've been contemplating, you need to come up with a plan, and you need to take that action and take it in a strategic manner, not in an emotional, all over the place, how did I pick this up? Situation. So our next card here, let me get back to you guys, is, what is that? It's the King of Cups. This is about making an impact. And usually the King of Cups is able to carry emotions with some intention and some wit and some clarity. He has a lot going on in the way of emotional intelligence. Okay? So, keep your wits about you. Whatever's going on, keep your wits about you. You have to step up as a leader and stay grounded. You need to stay grounded. Here we have the Queen of Pentacles. And she is actually inverted. I'm going to go ahead and flip the rest of these cards. So we have the King of Swords, we have the Three of Wands, we have the Six of Wands, and we have the King of Wands. So there's a lot of masculine energy here. We have a lot of kings. We have the Emperor, we have the King of Cups, we have the King of Swords, we have the King of Wands. Like, there's a lot going on, okay? So the queen that we have here is the Queen of Pentacles, and she's inverted. And this is like all work and no play, okay? You may be really immersed in your career, and you did a good job. See, up in here, it says you did a great job, and you're going to be compensated for your creative talents, and you've done a job well done, very, very well. Um, but you may be struggling right now, like with some overwhelm. So you need to return to a place of rejuvenation. You need to take a step back. You need to rejuvenate, recharge yourself on a spiritual level, right? It's all right there. You need to do that on a spiritual level. Take a step back, see where you are, and see where you can spend less time. This is about working harder, working smarter, and not harder. Okay, she's saying, hey, you're doing it, you did it, right? The fairy is up here telling you you did it, it was great, awesome. Now it's time to get spiritually grounded, to recharge. You've been giving out a lot, and you've been giving out a lot, and it's time for you to take some time for yourself. So as I'm reading these, I'm also getting a few messages in terms of how this all plays out, and I'm going to try to bring it all together for you at the end of the week, because this is definitely different than what I've done before. So we have the King of Swords here, and he is inverted. Okay, so mentally abusive, power hungry, manipulative, cunning and charm. When the King of Swords is inverse, he's using his intellectual powers to manipulate those who are not as mentally strong as he is. He tends to flaunt his intelligence, which is interesting because you've got the kings here that says it's time for you to be a leader. It's time for you to step up. It's time for you to take the reins. Sorry about that. It's time to take the reins, right? But there's some conflict there. You know, this dude has the mentality of his way are the highway. And right now, I don't know if that's you or if this is what you're going to come against. Like perhaps based on the layout, it's time for you to step up. It's coming together. It's time for you to step up. It's time for you to be in the limelight. It is time for you to control your emotions and get done what needs to get done. But you're going to come against somebody who is basically like my way or the highway. And that is going to be the reason that you need to control your emotions. You need to be steadfast in what you're doing, and all of this regarding spirituality, because that's what's going to give you your root to deal with him. Yeah, it is all coming together. It all works. Our next card is the Three of Wands, and this is all about victory, right? The victory, the validation, the acknowledgement, the praise, rewards, recognition. Remember to take a moment to look back at where you once were and where you are now. So this week, whew, you're conquering this, right? Remember, 11, strength says you have the inner grace and the strength that you need to overcome challenges, because your power is in kindness and forgiveness. It's time for you to embrace how fucking amazing you actually are. And when you realize that you are amazing, this little nemesis that's trying to pop up here, this dude, the King of Swords inverted, he doesn't stand a chance. You know, he's not going to want to go down easily, but it's your time to step up as the leader and crush whatever's going on. And when you do that, right, you're going to be successful. Okay, no matter how big or how small this scenario is in your life coming up this week, you're going to be very successful at it. You're going to be successful. You're going to be rewarded. It's not even going to be that big a deal. Like whoever this is definitely going to submit and take a back seat, but you have to actively kind of step up and take the reign. Okay. Our next card here is the Six of Wands, and the Six of Wands is inverted. And so this is saying that at some point you've got some low spirits, some low maybe energy, Um, you're doubting yourself. Maybe somebody finds out something about you and that makes you kind of feel like, ugh, you know what I'm saying? You're low. You're stressed. Your doubt, kind of maybe some public shame, or you're feeling like you're taken for granted. Ah, that feels better. That's it. You're feeling like you've been taken for granted. Okay, that's much more where in relation to this. So something or someone in your life you feel like is taking you for granted, right? And so success requires preparation, right? So you need to make sure that your fire is fueled, you have your desires, your values, all of those things are kind of in alignment, and you're very clear on what you want to bring to the world. And that's going to be important as you step up. So this was at the latter half, but um, you conquer this, okay? And there may be some people in your life, like kids or a lover, that you feel like is taking you for granted. Get clear on what you're bringing to the world. This is definitely not about public shame, which this card can definitely represent. And it's not really about needing to rebuild your reputation. This is definitely about feeling like you've been taken for granted. So, refocus. You know what I'm saying? You need to kind of retreat and take a look at what it is that you're bringing to the table and make sure that you're being compensated in your relationships for that. Our final card is the King of Wands, right? And he is upright. And this is ambitious. He's a risk taker and he is very, very action oriented, right? He acts first, thinks later. He's passionate about his path and he's fully committed to making his dreams come true. So he has a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of energy, a lot of, high vibe things. And it balances, but you need to balance out sort of any impulses um, that you may have. And don't wait for things to come to you. Okay. This card is about you going out and making, not necessarily making opportunity, but taking opportunity. Okay. So you want to take that opportunity. When opportunity is being presented, you need to be prepared to step up, right? Like what was being shared here. So let's see the easiest way for me to recap this for you. Um, by the end of the week, you are going to encounter a next level spiritual awakening. It's going to be maybe not necessarily an awakening, um, perhaps what is the word? It's not an awakening, it's an awareness. So you're coming into a spiritual awareness. That's what's happening. And what's going to help you with that awareness, because things are going to be going on, is you've got to stay grounded in love. You got to stay grounded, in hope. You need to stay connected with the earth. You need to be outside. You need to remember how wonderful you are, and pay attention to the signs. Okay? Pay attention to the signs. Put the fucking phone down and stop believing the bullshit that your ego is telling you. Understand that you need to do the right thing for the right reason and get involved in a spiritually based community, because your delays are over, right? Whatever was stopping you, slowing you down, it's gone. And suddenly and unexpectedly, you've got good luck flooding to you, okay? Which may include a new car or traveling or something of that nature. Everything that you've been doing at work is paying off, okay? And you're going to be rewarded. You've done a job very, very well. It's awesome. Everything is all good. And whatever decision that comes up for you this week, you need to make a decision. Make the choice. But here's the key to this decision is that you need to make the choice that's best for you. Okay? Not to please other people, not to please family. So when you're feeling like you're being taken advantage of because you're making decisions for other people, you're making the decisions based on the needs of the people around you instead of what you need. Make that decision about you and what it is that you need. It's time for you to stand up. It's time for you to take the reign. It is time for you to make sure that you are properly recharged so that you can lead. You can lead. And you're going to do it with a lot of passion and enthusiasm and excitement, which is great. And in this week, the challenge that you're going to have is that you're going to come against somebody who is a my way or no way type of person. But as long as you've got your spiritual connections, right, and you're grounded yourself and you have conviction that it is time for you to step in, step up, be seen, be heard, not only will you not be taken advantage of, because the decision that you're going to make is going to benefit you. This person or idea, because this could represent for some people an idea that, like maybe you had an idea, but you're being told it can only be done this way, it can only happen that way. It's a non-factor. You're going to find a way around it. You recharge yourself, and whatever's on the table for you this week will manifest. So I hope that that reading helped you, resonated with you in some way. If it does, please give this video a thumbs up. If you have questions or it was dead on, let me know in the comments below. Excuse me. And I will see you next Sunday in the reading for next week. If you have any suggestions or videos you'd like to see me do, please leave them in the comments or send me a message over on Instagram at LaMeel Magic.